Hello and welcome to a new episode on Revsportz as we are building up to the WPL 2025. After discussing the first team, now our second team is RCB, the defending champions, Royal Challengers Bengaluru. So Tushadi, as we are building up to the new season, the defending champions are quite favorites to defend the title, but the injury concerns has been a problem. So we will come to that. But overall, looking at the new squad with the new additions, how do you look RCB will go in this season?
I think, let's go point wise. If we talk about RCB's strength, the important part is that their core members, the leadership group, that probably is still there, if you see. Now, injury could be one thing that disturbs that, but if you just keep injury out of your mind for a moment, then especially the Indian core, because what happens is generally we have seen in franchise tournaments, like for example IPL, you need a strong Indian core. In BBL or WBBL, you need a strong Australian core. So RCB has that, with players who are playing international cricket for India. Say Smriti Mandhana, Richa Ghosh, Renuka Singh Thakur. These are players who are regularly playing in the Team 11 for India. So they have a lot of experience, and the best part is they form the core group and they're still there. Yes, Shriyanka has missed out because of injury, Asha, but these people have the experience there. So I think that is important. Also, among the new recruitments, what stands out is someone like a Georgia Wareham, who can bowl and bat. They have got a very good recruitment in Kim Garth. I think she has been in top form in Ashes, and the way she has been bowling, and she also has experience. She has taken, if I'm not wrong, she had taken a 5-wicket haul for Gujarat Giants. Yes,
she went unsold in the last season.
Yes,
but the best thing that in recent time she has improved a lot.
Absolutely. I think she's a completely different bowler now in the Australian setup. Initially, she was in the Ireland setup.
Maybe.
Yeah, but in the Australian setup, she has been a completely different bowler. Throughout the Ashes, she opened the bowling, she has got wickets, the breakthroughs. So I think that will give her a lot of confidence, and RCB as well. So first of all, that I think these two are strengths. If we talk about weakness, I'll leave it to you.
Obviously, I think injury has been a concern because, as you mentioned, that obviously Shriyanka is there, Asha Shomana is there, but the fact that they are making comeback after a long injury layoff. So, expecting them
also,
to
we don't know whether they're making a comeback.
Exactly.
Are they going to play the entire season or not?
Exactly. Even if they are, they are given the chance in the first game itself, still, if they manage to come up with the same rhythm in which they are used to, so that will be the main question, because spinners will be a key in this tournament, obviously. When you are playing in India, Indian conditions, spinners will be a key, and last season when RCB became champions, both these spinners were superb. I think the highest wicket taker was Shriyanka Patil, the second highest wicket taker was Asha Shobana.
And even Sophie Molyneux.
Yes,
Sophie
Sophie
Molyneux
Molyneux,
had played her part as well.
Exactly. So I think spinners will be key again. In that case, I think the new Indian recruits, I know they are very young, like I think Jagrabi Pawar, I think, and Premarat. They have been pretty, I will say, potential there is pretty much high among themselves, but the thing is how much they can handle that pressure, because performing in domestic, it's a good thing and it's a better thing if you do it consistently. They have done that, but when it comes to the a stage like WPL, when you have to bowl to world class batters, it is a different gravy. So that will be a challenge, but I think most of the things will depend upon the fitness for someone like Ellis Perry.
I was about to say, we should talk about the elephant in the room. Sorry, not in the room, the stadium here.
Eden Gardens.
Yeah, that should have been there in the introduction. Snehashish, but anyway, the point is, Snehashish, the biggest concern right now with someone like a Sophie Devine gone, and Ellis Perry unsure because she had sustained a hip injury while fielding, and we don't know whether she'll join. If she joins the team, who does does she play the entire span or not? And we have seen with RCB, a women's team, it is a lot about momentum. Once they get into that momentum, they start winning.
Even it happened in the first season also. After losing the initial matches, they won some of the matches.
And that's what I was coming to. That for example, in the first season, by the time they peaked, the
Too late.
tournament was out
Yes.
of their hands.
Exactly.
In the second season, Els Perry was on fire, absolutely, breaking cars, car windows, hitting sixes. Even the final, she played a very, very important hand. And more importantly, I think for someone like a Smriti Mandhana to have people like Sophie Devine, who captains New Zealand,
Helped a
Perry,
lot.
who has captained Australia, who has captained Sydney Sixers for over the years, to have them around as a leadership core, which is something that I spoke about in Gujarat Giants as well. That you have a Woolward, but she's not in the playing 11. So you have nobody, literally nobody backing you in the leadership core. So Perry, the hesitance or not knowing whether Perry will play or not, how much do you think that is mentally kind of pushing RCB back? Is that
I think in the award ceremony that happened in Australia, the yearly award ceremony, there Perry was there, and I think in some media interaction she confirmed that obviously the injury is there, but that is not so much serious that she will miss the WPL. So that's a good news as of now. But I think RCB knew.
but I think she has also mentioned that in the coming weeks she'll be
Yes,
clearer
obviously,
on that.
more clarity will be there.
Yeah.
But I think RCB will hope that at least she can play most of the games, not even if not the all games. Obviously, workload management will be a key. But if you see her form, I think she has been a brilliant form. Especially if you see her WBBL form, she was the highest run getter also. So I think obviously, as you mentioned, that as an individual batter and obviously being a leader of that WBBL side, so that's a very good boost for Smriti Mandhana to have in that team. I what I think that even if she doesn't play, I think being in that group it will help Smriti Mandhana to get some ideas. Yeah,
Absolutely. When you get
obviously not
stuck,
in the
you need
field.
experience.
Obviously not in the field, not in that crunch situation, but when after the game or maybe before the game, some discussion will be there. But obviously not
Even
having
when,
Ellis
when
Perry.
it's on field,
Exactly.
say for example
Same.
it's a crunch situation, you need 5 runs in the last over, and in Smriti's head probably I should give it to somebody, and Perry comes up with an idea. She very much can, because she has played franchisee cricket for over the years. I mean, Ellis Perry is so much experienced. Also, when it comes to RCB, do you think that there's a lot of reliance when it comes to scoring the runs? Is it all about Smriti, Richa, Perry? Because the number 3 position and number 2, Sophie Devine, also has not been very consistent. Last time, yes, but before that, she was struggling. And number 3 has been a question. They tried Meghna
Yes.
for a few matches. Then they got Perry up, and at number 4 they were trying. So, do you think that the batting order probably is over reliant on 3-4 batters? Absolutely.
Obviously, Smriti Mandhana will be the key player for them to score runs, especially batting at the top of the order. But I see Rugby Beast getting chances. I think Rugby Beast is a very
I was about to say,
Yeah.
Ragvi Bisht is a very, very good inclusion.
Exactly. I think she is getting chances. She is, I think, the proper batter for to bat at that number 3 or number 4 position. So I see her getting chances, and hopefully she will do well. I think in the West Indies series where she got chances, she did well in the second match. Looked pretty good. She loves to hit sixes. She has mentioned that in many interviews. So I hope that she get many chances, and hopefully she does justice to that.
Absolutely. We have spoken about this during Ashes, that Alana King, being a world class bowler, rarely got chances in the Australian playing 11 because of Georgia Wareham. In fact, in the in one of the matches, they had to play Georgia Wareham as well as Alana King, where Wareham and King actually scored a winning partnership.
Exactly.
So we have to talk about Wareham's batting as well. Does that, would you think RCB would go for Wareham in place of someone like an Asha Shobna, because Shobna doesn't have fielding? I mean, Asha is not a good fielder, Asha is not a good batter. Wareham has both.
Absolutely, and I first want to mention that when I was going through the stats of every player before this discussion, I was really shocked to see the batting numbers of Georgia Wareham. I didn't expect that much to be good. So obviously, or Wareham will be a key player, but the factor is that you have 4 foreigners too. You have to use 4 foreigners. So if you are using Georgia Adam, who will be the other 3 foreigners for you, Trishadi?
I'll tell you guys the team. I will.
Yeah.
In the coming, Not in the
Few
coming
minutes.
episode, in the coming few minutes, yeah. But when we are talking about Georgia Wareham, Asha, we also have to talk about, if you actually see the RCB lineup, it's the spin bowlers that are a little unsure. Shriyanka injured. Um, I think one more player who we should talk about, I think, because she'll play a very, very important role, especially because, again, not very sure about Shriyanka and Asha's
Fitness.
fitness. Kanika Ahuja,
Absolutely.
spinner, left-handed batter.
Enough experience in domestic circuit.
Exactly, and she can play under pressure. That we have seen.
And she can bat as well in the middle order.
Absolutely.
Number 5, number 6. I think another young player, I think she should get some chance, is Joshita Vijay. I think Joshita should get chance in the under 19 World Cup. We saw how beautiful she can swing that ball. And I think
In place of?
in place up or with Renuka Singh.
Okay.
Maybe you can use one spinner between Shriyanka and Asha Shobana, and you are using Wareham, another spinners, and then you use both the pacer Renuka and Joshita, because Joshita can bat, she can hit.
So what is your playing 11?
It's very hectic. It's very tough now.
I have my playing 11. He
Okay,
doesn't.
okay.
I'll tell you. Smriti, of course. Opening with her is Danny Wyatt for
Yes.
me. Then at number 3, Ragvi Bisht.
Done.
At number 4, if Elisa Perry is playing, then
Perry.
we don't need to say anything. But if she's not playing, then I think Heather Graham is a very good option. At 5, we have got Kanika Ahuja, then Richa Ghosh. Again, 5, 6, it does not matter, depends on which over who's coming out to bat. And then I've got Georgia Wareham, Shriyanka Patil, Asha Shobna, Renuka Singh, and Kim Garth. Sorry, Joshita doesn't make my playing 11 because I almost see her as like for Renuka.
Renuka,
Yeah.
yes.
And I don't think that you can. I mean, Renuka has done nothing wrong. How will you drop her?
Absolutely. What I am thinking, that if there is seriously fitness concern, then you don't use both spinners, Asha Shobana and Shriyanka Patil. Instead of that, use Joshita and use one of them.
Indian pitchers, 3 pacers.
Yeah, that's another problem, obviously.
Kim Garth can bat a little
Exactly. Kim Garth can bat
because Australians can bat.
1 to 11.
Yeah. So,
But overall, very interesting team. Overall,
yeah, very interesting team.
Despite these injuries, this team looks solid. If they play to their potential, they can easily defend the title. What I believe. What do you think, Trishadi?
Okay, will sound really poor of me or something of that sort. But the truth of the story is, I don't see RCB defending their title. In the preview, I will actually predict who I think will win the title. But yeah, I don't see RCB defending their title. I think, see, you also have to understand, say, for example, the Heather Grahams, the Kim Garths will take some time to settle in.
Obviously.
Which I don't think, yeah, exactly, new setup. Someone like Perry not playing, and that is where I think Perry playing and not playing makes a huge difference.
And you have to think that these players were not in the first place also. They came as a
Exactly.
replacement.
Exactly. So for them to feel, at home and go about performing, I think will take some doing. Especially, you also have to consider the Bengaluru crowd.
Yes.
When they play in Bengaluru, every seat probably will be full and people will be screaming at the top of their voices, RCB, RCB. So I think not easy to perform in such circumstances.
Obviously, it's a 50-50. It's a positive also that your home crowd is cheering, but let's see. But I think the team looks good on paper, but obviously it will be difficult.
All the teams
I
look
know,
good on paper.
I know which team Tishad is thinking. We will discuss about that.
Okay. Apparently, Snehashish has become a mind reader. But since you guys aren't mind readers, so we have to come back with the next episode. And the next team we discuss is Mumbai Indians, the first time champions. We'll be back very soon. Keep watching for all the WPL build up, and of course 14th Feb WPL season 3.